Welcome to CryptoPanda's exclusive AMA on Binance Live. Hello crypto enthusiasts, we're thrilled to have you join us for another exciting Ask Me Anything session. Today we have a special guest ready to share insights, answer your burning questions, and dive deep into the world of cryptocurrency. Today's AMA features a distinguished guest ready to unravel the mysteries of the crypto realm. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a curious newcomer, this is your chance to engage with industry experts and gain valuable insights. Our special guest brings a wealth of experience and knowledge, promising a dynamic discussion covering market trends, upcoming projects, and the latest breakthroughs in the crypto space. Your questions are the heartbeat of this event, so don't hesitate to drop them in the chat. Let's make this a collaborative and interactive experience where we explore the fascinating landscape of decentralized finance and blockchain technology. Thank you for being part of the CryptoPanda community. Together, let's elevate our understanding of the crypto universe and make this Binance Live AMA an unforgettable gathering. Welcome to CryptoPanda's exclusive AMA on Binance Live. Hello crypto enthusiasts, we're thrilled to have you join us for another exciting Ask Me Anything session. Today we have a special guest ready to share insights, answer your burning questions, and dive deep into the world of cryptocurrency. Today's AMA features a distinguished guest ready to unravel the mysteries of the crypto realm. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a curious newcomer, this is your chance to engage with industry experts and gain valuable insights. Our special guest brings a wealth of experience and knowledge, promising a dynamic discussion covering market trends, upcoming projects, and the latest breakthroughs in the crypto space. Your questions are the heartbeat of this event, so don't hesitate to drop them in the chat. Let's make this a collaborative and interactive experience where we explore the fascinating landscape of decentralized finance and blockchain technology. Thank you for being part of the CryptoPanda community. Together, let's elevate our understanding of the crypto universe and make this Binance Live AMA an unforgettable gathering. Welcome to CryptoPanda's exclusive AMA.
Okay, we will be live in a few seconds. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So welcome everyone to another AMA CryptoPanda. It's a big pleasure to be with all of you here, guys. And today we're going to be hosting a really nice project called Plugmate. We're going to be seeing what it is, what they've got to offer to the whole crypto space, and even to the whole environmental space. So stay tuned, guys. You can follow Plugmate on the CryptoPanda announcement channel You're going to be finding out a pin message with all their socials from the website up to the TG group. If you have any questions or suggestions during the AMA, just feel free to go there. And yeah, welcome, Maurice, the whole team. It's a big, big team indeed. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in. Okay, so
Thank you,
just
Melanie.
no worries.
Thank you,
So
Melanie.
just like the first question that I will be making before we officially go to what Plugmate is all about and all the benefits, I would like to know a little bit about you guys. I mean, the core team. What is your crypto background, and why did you decide to actually create Plugmate?
Yeah, thank you, Melanie. My name is Madan Morris. I'm the CEO for Plugmate. Look, in terms of blockchain and crypto experience, I've been in the crypto journey, like most of us here, since in my case, from 2012, as an investor and as a very, great follower of technology and blockchain in general. I've also been a very big enthusiast for sustainable transportation and clean energy. And that's sort of a bit of a marriage between sustainable transportation and what we can do to improve sustainable transportation around the world using blockchain technology. And that's pretty much how we came up with Plugmate. I'll hand over to Anurag.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Madan. So my background, I think almost same time as Madan. 2013 is when I got into crypto. But I think I was mostly on the development side, so started building products very early days. So I think 2014-ish, end of 2014 is when we built a Bitcoin wallet back in the day, believe it or not. And since then, all kinds of products that the market has seen. There was this whole ICO sort of boom, then DeFi, NFTs, now a lot of RWAs. We are seeing increasingly number of sustainability efforts. And obviously EV in particular is one of the topmost projects that I think is there in the sector. But also carbon credits trading, number of other initiatives in terms of traceability, which contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, calculations, etc. And I think within that spectrum, given the solid team that Madan, Taj, and a lot of other people, which obviously are not there today from the team, they have been building this product called VVolt, which I think is a EV Web 2 product. For a long period of time in Australia, and which is very sustainably built, and it's profitable and revenue generating. And so when we were discussing this idea of a new product, I think it immediately sort of fit into the bucket in which we've been working. And I think since then, I think we've been working together a number of things. Of course, building product is one side. Then obviously we are involved in terms of strategic aspects of marketing, etc., but also in terms of fundraising. And that's basically the background, mostly on technology development and building products. But yeah, as anybody in the crypto, obviously there's a little bit of holding, and I'm super excited about what's coming over the next 12 to 18 months. Taj,
Beautiful. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Taj is the head of marketing and also.
My name is Saini. I'm the co-founder and marketing head of Plugmate. Do apologize if I look sleepy. It's midnight in Australia, almost 12 a.m. in the morning. So I have over 25 years of experience in sales and marketing, target marketing, just helping businesses grow and connect with people. Been in crypto since 2016 when I first bought Bitcoin. Very passionate about using blockchain technology to create real-world solutions. We aim to make EV charging more accessible and community-driven. Very exciting journey, and I want to share with all of you at the moment. That's all about me at the moment. So let's go further with the questions.
Thank you so much, guys. A lot of background behind all of you. So yeah, that's great, to be honest. So the first question that I'm actually having, what is Plugmate all about, and what is the mission and vision that you guys were having regarding that?
Yeah, so Melanie, our vision is to sort of drive future of sustainable transportation And we want to do it by democratizing investment in electric vehicle infrastructure. And we want to do it using blockchain because that's the most transparent, security, and community-driven approach.
Great. Okay. So, I was reading a little bit about your project inside of the white paper, 46 pages, I guess, which is really interesting. So, the first question that I'm actually having regarding that, what specific features that's the Plugmate platform offer to enhance the user experience for investors and, of course, the charging and station operators?
Yeah. So, as an investor, there are often real world problems when it comes to creating and enabling a charging station to go online. And some of those are understanding where you have access to a location which has sufficient electricity to be able to support a AC or a DC charging station. You then have to have access to a area where it's more accessible for users that drive cars to get access to the actual charging station. So all of this, as an investor, even if you have the money, you really don't understand where to actually invest that money to build a charging station. By building a ecosystem of community-driven like-minded people and enabling them to sort of come to a common ecosystem where they can meet, communicate, and decentrally vote on where the requirement for the community is it makes it possible for everyone to understand what the priority is and where the infrastructure is required. So this is where investors can come in and understand the right area to put in the money in, and also understand where they will get their value back from. For a charge point operator or a person that's managing a charge point, often you do have a problem of only being able to connect to a small set of customers. Your customers are limited to the people that you are able to market your infrastructure to. Whereas when you take this to a global platform, imagine if your infrastructure is possible to be shared and the location of that to be visible to anyone and everyone that's actually has a electric vehicle, which is what we want to offer. Is we want to be able to give the charge point, a small charge point operator, the same visibility that a massive network operator has by marketing, etc.
Great. And by the other side, I'm understanding, of course, based on the white paper, that you guys are basically a crowdfunding platform. So, how are you guys ensuring the security and transparency of transactions on that crowdfunding process?
Anurag, do you want to take it?
Yes, yes. So basically, Melanie, what we are doing is there are a number of things, but this entire crowdfunding process is like a DAO. So obviously, it's decentralized, and the community is coming together based on the tokens they are voting it, and proposals are getting passed based on obviously how a typical DAO would operate. And because of the decentralization and the transparency involved, funds obviously are not handled, let's say, by us centrally, but obviously it's held in a decentralized fashion, and then accordingly the disbursement also happens via these smart contracts. Eventually, when the project starts to generate revenue on a fixed percentage, people start to get the profits back to themselves based on how they contributed initially to the project. So we are not touching the product, and the funds per se. We are basically facilitating the entire process of a seamless fund flow from the community to the infrastructure development side, and then vice versa from the other side back to the community.
Yeah, this means the community gets to decide on major issues like where funds should be allocated, so which projects to prioritize and how to improve the platform. So that's where DAO comes in and ensures the Plugmate remains a platform just for the people and by the people.
That's really important. So basically, it's a community-driven project. So you guys are allowing people to have a say within, not only being an investor and that's it, and maybe having your token, but even deciding what is happening with when it comes to the crowdfunding part. So I actually get another question, which it's actually mentioned on the white paper. So can you elaborate on the role of the charge point management system, or CPMs, in the Plugmate ecosystem?
Yep. So the charge point management system is basically, various charge point operators that can connect their charging stations to a centrally managed network, and then be able to, share and monetize their charging stations by providing their charging stations access to anyone in the community that wants to use the charging station to charge their cars. The charge point operators can set their own pricing. They can basically set operational hours. They can even sort of communicate and manage different types of profiles for different types of user groups. For example, they could have pricing for certain groups that are cheaper than others, etc. So they can manage all of that, including management of the station itself, in terms of whether it's firmware upgrades, rebooting, remote monitoring, understanding of the performance of those stations, etc.
I think essentially what happens is, Melanie, also for the community, imagine you have a Tesla or you have a Toyota, you are hooked into a different ecosystem, right? And these ecosystems don't talk to each other. I think what we are trying to do with our technology is build a overlay layer. It doesn't matter what brand of EV you hold. When you come to us, you'll be able to basically charge, and you'll also have these tokens which would be interoperable. So I think that's basically the kind of ecosystem we are aiming to build.
Okay, thank you so much about that. By the way, Hamza is telling me that you are like your hammer is weird. It's cutting your body. So if you can center it a little bit so it can look good on the
There's a lighting part. Let me just 1 second.
No, it's not the lighting part. It's like we are able to see only your head.
Is it? Is it
Yeah,
any better?
that
Okay.
one. So yeah, so we can properly see it on the Binance Live. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So by the other side, do you guys have any token? So in this case, oh wait, before we move on the token, I want to ask you one more question regarding the stations. So what kind of criteria must a project or a person meet to be eligible for found on 30 Plugmate platform?
Did you get the question, Madan?
No.
Okay.
Can we repeat the question again?
So to be able to get part of the crowdfunding process, do we need to meet any kind of criteria?
Not really, except that we are definitely, based on the, legal requirements, actively suggesting to people that who are not really, shouldn't be taking part, right? But other than that, literally anybody who is passionate about EV and about a great project with a solid team having a background are welcome. Obviously, they can straight away go and buy the tokens. There is a KYC process, but that's not required to buy the tokens. KYC would eventually be required when you get your wallet whitelisted, and that's when you would be requiring to do the KYC in order to get the tokens. But then process pretty streamlined, straightforward. Within a matter of minutes, you can get your tokens.
Thank you so much. Okay, and by the other side, I mean, you guys are mentioning that you wanna build as much as EV stations as possible. So let's suppose that I don't want to be an investor, for example. I just want to have several EV stations because I don't know, I'm a big that wants to have thousands of EV stations from Plugmate. So what is the whole process to get one of those? Like, do I need to provide any kind of docs, any kind of info that is like a must for me to get one?
Yeah,
So I
Madan,
think,
you want to? Yep.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So as a so you within the ecosystem, you will have all sorts of different people. So you will have installers. You will have people that have excess energy that just want to provide energy. You'll have people that have just the money to provide capital. You'll also have people that fully want to install, run, and manage the charging stations. So we will have different types of contractual mechanisms that are enabling each of these different people to work together. So where someone has the capital but does not have the space and the electricity, we will arrange a partner that has the excess solar or excess energy, but and power, but does not have the capital. So being able to allow them to be matched in a smart contract where they can actually co-fund and manage the charging station and earn and share the revenue earned from the charging station. Also, there are projects where the community can vote for new stations at certain locations. The community can fund using our funding wallet, and these projects can be purely funded using the community initiatives and the DAO initiatives.
Thank you so much for clarifying. Okay, so I can finally ask you guys about the token. So what is the purpose of the EVP token, like fully all the utilities within the Plugmate ecosystem, and what benefit does it brings to investors?
Right. So, I mean, basically, it's the lifeblood of the entire ecosystem, honestly. That's where everything, comes to life. Using the token, you get a lot of sort of authority, if I can use that word, to decide the destiny of one, the platform, two, imagine, I don't know what location you are, but if you do not have a EV charging next to your, let's say within 5 miles, and you wanted one and you made a request to your government or local authorities, they wouldn't listen. Plugmate is your answer. You simply put in your request, community looks at it and he says, oh yeah, this is a feasible product, feasible proposal, and they say, okay, how much is required? Okay, 150K, fine. Community comes together, votes, gives you the money, or all the various participants which Madan was talking about earlier, they all come together, erected, and the revenue starts to get generated, and then all those people who contributed to the project basically start getting the returns over a period of time. All of that is literally like a proper business plan and a P&L, etc., with projections for next 5-7 years. Accordingly, you start to get paid for the tokens, and the more tokens you have, pretty much like a staking mechanism, the more sort of you get the authority to vote and decide on number of things, and also the more you put in, the more you get in terms of return. And then also it's used for a lot of regular things in terms of loyalty, in terms of discounts when you are charging. So yeah, I mean, it's basically everything.
So
Yeah.
I guess to sort of summarize it, like you've got governance, you've got discounts, you've got rewards, and then you can also use it as collateral.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, EVP token is the backbone of the Plugmate ecosystem.
Exactly, 100%. So I also wanted to ask you guys, I mean, where can we get the token if it's already live? And can you touch a little bit on the tokenomics? I mean, are you guys having any kind of vesting for that token?
Yes. So tokens are obviously, right now we are in the pre-sale stage, and thank God, I think it's been a roaring success. I think I last checked this morning, it is 1.97 million we have raised out of the 10 million. The soft cap is about 5, and we are just live for, I think, 11-12 days. So it's been going great. I think that's one part. But yeah, I think you can come to our platform, plugmate.io, and you can buy the tokens directly from there. And the process, as I explained, within a matter of minutes. You come in, you create your account using any email address. The link goes to your email for verification. The moment you are verified, you are into the application, and there you can decide how much you want to choose, what kind of tokens you want to pay that in, and then basically you get the EVP token in your wallet. It's as simple as that.
Okay, thank you. And okay, I think I finally asked everything about the token, most importantly the DAO system, which is awesome. I mean, I love when projects give the opportunity for people to actually tell, like, hey dude, I don't want this, maybe I want this charging station, or I want this things happening to the whole project. So it's kind of interesting, when community is able to build the whole project. So by the other side, and it's actually on your white paper, not much in the website, what is the Plugmate London program about? I mean, and how it supports individuals?
Madan, did you get the question? Okay.
No,
Would
sorry.
you mind repeating, Melanie?
Okay, sure. So
Sorry,
what is
apologies.
yeah, sure. What is the Plugmate London program?
Lending
Lending
program.
program.
Oh, right. Madan, you want to go ahead?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
So
Okay.
No, I was
Okay.
asking my teammate Madan. Yeah, Madan, go
yeah.
ahead.
So so basically the lending program is like we discussed previously. Anyone that has the funding can actually set up a project. You can create a project, and for that project, the DAO or individuals can actually lend from their collaterals to fund the project. And when the project is funded, depending upon the total amount that's being lended, they will be able to set a particular type of revenue share that they will be gaining from when the station becomes live and operational. So the lending is basically designed to help bring investment into creating and installing and running charging stations. So it's bringing in the capital for infrastructure.
Beautiful. Now it's 100% clear. And I think I can ask you already, guys, all regarding the features that you're going to be having. But here's the thing, I want to ask you, how are you guys getting used to the market trends? I mean, are you guys going to add any kind of a specific tag in the future? I don't know, for example, AI.
Yeah, I mean, AI is something which is, touching every single thing. I can't imagine us not dabbling with AI. I mean, to be fair, I mean, there is something else cooking at the background, which obviously we can't talk about right now. But for sure, I think AI is part of the theme. It's going to be updated in Q2 of the roadmap when we have complete clarity on that. But I can assure you, AI is part of the overall ecosystem.
Beautiful, thank you. So I'm actually remembering that you guys were gonna share a PDF, but is that for any specific stage of the AMA?
Madan, you wanted to project anything?
Oh,
Yeah, so
Or Melanie has already taken away your thunder and spoken about everything.
no, I just wanted to just a bit of stats. I wanted to sort of share.
Yeah, I think you should.
This is not specific to Plugmate, but more sort of common to
The
EVs
sector.
and the EVSE sector itself. Yeah. So let me just quickly share my screen.
okay. So just quick reminder, everyone, in the CryptoQnA announcement channel, you will be able to find out all the Plugmate's social media, most importantly, the website where you're going to be able to find out the white paper. So yeah, take the time to check it out. Thank you. Okay, what is there?
This is an interesting article, where people talk about the comparison between cost of running an electric car versus a internal combustion engine for a similar type of 100 Ks, and the prices are in AUD, but as you can see, it vastly differs between different countries. So, for example, if you look at Denmark, one would imagine that the electricity requirement costs are less than the petrol costs, but not substantially. It's sort of roughly 3/4 or halfway. But as you sort of go down, if you look at Switzerland, for example, the cost of running 100 Ks in electricity is substantially less than what you need with petrol. But what is more sort of pronounced when you look at some of the countries that are yet to sort of expand on the EV sort of growth. A lot of the Scandinavian countries, the European countries, where we already had the adoption and growth, you've already seen a lot of EVs there. But countries like India, even sort of Mexico, Indonesia, and all of these countries, where the growth is yet to happen, what you could actually see is the cost of electricity for the purposes of EV charging is so much less. In fact, it's sort of in the order of 10 folds cheaper. So what this sort of tells us is that over time, the transition to electric vehicle is going to happen. There are some sort of stats that say right now the global EV charging revenue just from charging is around $22-23 billion, right? That figure is actually going to increase anywhere upwards of $200 billion in the next 4 or 5 years. So when you look at a particular sector that's processing over $200 billion worth of revenue, and the transactions that are required to be processed, even from a financial perspective, you can very soon understand that that is quite a lot of transactions, quite a lot of data, and quite a lot of people interaction into that ecosystem. So over time, data will become really valuable in this space. Governments, third parties, contractors, etc., will want to understand how electricity is used, specifically for the purposes of charging cars, and that information needs to be sort of readily available, and it needs to be the state of truth information. And I think the concept that Anurag said about AI, is really sort of powerful in the data space. How do you use all of this data? How does AI get to process all of this data and provide useful information for these various stakeholders to understand and make informed decisions on?
And it's really interesting, Maurice, because actually, well, the only country left in that list, I think it's Venezuela, but we're like Cuba. I mean, no one knows about us. So
Could be somewhere on the list.
We're like the secret country that this crazy government doesn't want anyone know about us. So, even we are like the biggest country that has gotten petrol. And if you think about it, people will say, okay, so if you've got petrol, then it's way more cheaper than the EV stations. And it's not like that. Actually, electricity is way more and more cheaper. So I 100% agree with you. I mean, suddenly we are going to be transitioning to the EV stations, to the electric cars. I mean, petrol, I won't say that petrol will lose its utility because it's important, of course, but at least for the cars, it's not going to happen anymore. I mean, that's a fact. So it's so great that you're actually mentioning this and, making people realize that this is the future. So even the Tesla, or what?
And it's not just about your passenger daily domestic transportation. It's the biggest change will happen when all of your commercial transportations, your big trucks, your buses, all of the lifeblood of the road transportation that happens in every major economy. If all of those transition to electric vehicles, that's when you see the marked change.
100%. So give me 1 second to check here something, because I actually had a few questions. A little bit about the Plugmate future. So, what are the key milestones that are going to happen soon regarding the roadmap, for the next few years? Basically, I mean, in summary, what are the biggest plans coming up for the Plugmate ecosystem?
Right. So I think the biggest one, like right off the bat, would be, as I mentioned, the vVolt ecosystem, the CPMS you mentioned, uh, starting to offer that as one of the core services as soon as we begin the operations would be the first thing. And then I think Madan was alluding to the data point. Data is super critical for us and also for a lot of other bodies to make decisions, as I said. So the data tells them what is the peak time, what kind of charging is happening, what are the locations which are having the most load. So all of this data becomes fundamental for them to decide either on policy or on public funds allocation, a lot of other things. And also grades the whole host of bodies which value this data. So packaging this data and being able to offer the insights, of course, is stripping a lot of the personal identifiable information, etc., etc. But just offering insights as a service to these bodies would be one of the key areas. And then also adding another additional revenue stream, which is ads monetization. So our these charging stations would have display ads for all the people associated with the kind of services or businesses that we do. So that would be another priority. So I think the first couple of quarters would be definitely focused on scaling the business and growing it, not deviating from the initial core. And I think as we scale, then I think we are going to add a lot of other adjacencies to the business. Obviously, initially it would be AI, but then we'll also be looking at some of the other ancillary services which you can sort of quickly incorporate. Different countries, different, a lot of things we have, brain is bubbling. And I think we need to be focused for the next, 6 to 12 months.
100%. So, the now that we're talking about the future and all the plans, which are awesome, uh, how are you guys planning to adapt to the evolving regulatory landscape? Not only when it comes to electric vehicles and the charging stations, but mostly regarding crypto, which is like a crazy, crazy situation right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a very pertinent question. Thanks for asking. And we're not going to paint like a very straightforward, rosy picture. That's definitely one of the biggest challenge. And we have a battery of lawyers. We are continuously seeking advice as we expand. We are treading very, very carefully. So one of the businesses, the core business, if you see, is based out of Singapore, a very heavily regulated entity. So I think we are trying to do all the right things the right way. It's not like some crypto project and we want to make money and then some fancy thing. But so it's a step by step process. And EV, we are running into regulatory. There's a clear intersection. Then crypto, another. So I think we are treading carefully, but at the same time, as I said, there's a huge background and also pedigree of coming from EV. So there's a lot of credibility when you talk to these policymakers and regulators, and we get a very different kind of understanding and hearing from them. We initially planned to start from Australia. I mean, obviously the platform is global, so anybody could put proposals from anywhere. But as much as it's going to be a business case, it will also be a legal case review, because we want to make sure nobody gets hurt because of you put in the money and then suddenly we don't want to do that. So it'll all be so we'll have like a very clear filtering process in terms of how projects get funded. So if we get 10 proposals, there'll be number of stages it has to, like pretty much like a gate stage review if you've heard of in Six Sigma. So it goes through different processes and then eventually the projects get funded.
Beautiful. And by the other side, what are the key partners that you guys are having right now that you're collaborating with to enhance your services offerings?
So, I mean, a number of people, obviously, media partners is one. We are partnering with a number of major, PR agencies, etc. But on the core business side, if I can talk about, and specifically, the government of Australia, we are having a lot of, obviously not through Plugmate, but with the core business VVolt, and the number of universities and other people who are funding it. So that's one angle we are obviously blessed to have. And the number of governments outside of Australia is where we are setting up the infrastructure. So that's on one side. And then, of course, on the pure crypto side, we have number of firms like Findas, Prima Felicitas, etc., who are helping with also the token design, the technology development, integration, security, etc. So, I mean, it's a expanding network, but heavily government supported, I would say, at this point. Not to say that it's like a regulatory, blessing on your head. I mean, obviously, it's still a tightrope walk which we have to go with. But at least where we are today and the kind of traction we have seen and the positive, as I mentioned, the community is super hyped and excited about it. I mean, in 10-12 days raising 1.97 when everybody seems to be talking only about meme coins, I think it's an achievement. I keep telling ourselves. So yeah, I think that's how we are looking at the future.
Thank you so much about that. And people actually talking about crypto is a big milestone because now, finally, now we're getting a lot of people joining crypto. Meme coins right now is like the trend, just like AI was, and we're gonna be changing, constantly evolving in new trends and more crazy stuff that I don't know whatever person is gonna come with it in any kind of project. But every project is being unique its own way. It's all about finding the right people to make the right family. At the end of the day, it's the community who's gonna make you sustainable within the long term, and that's great that you guys are focusing like 90% on them. Not only them, but also these kind of companies that maybe can even apply to the Plugmate London program and so on. So you guys are even providing different kind of utilities. So I think I only have two more questions, to be honest. So now that I actually mentioned the community, how are you guys planning to attract new users?
Yes, so I think one of the biggest things, and I think I probably will say to all the wonderful community that you have today who are listening to us, is basically like any other, genuine organic user group. This is a product if you are passionate about one EV to the planet, which I think you should. If you are not, I think you need to become aware and become conscious about it, which means almost everybody here in the group. So these are the projects which are aiming to make a difference. I mean, we are the world's first in terms of what we are doing. We are in this market for long, and we are seeing projects, across. And there's nobody who is providing this entire holistic, web 2, web 3, CPMS, and all the kinds of goodies that I talked about. So I think projects like these definitely deserve, and I mean, I'm taking that liberty to say deserve, to get the support of the community, right? I mean, these are the projects which in the longer term are going to make a real difference. And community seems to support already the idea, as I mentioned, by the numbers. But yeah, I would appeal to everybody here who is listening to us to review the project, review the benefits which it is working on, look at the pedigree, look at the last 3 years of work, look at what they're doing at VVolt, and yeah, come help us build this massive mission. It's not easy, it's not one person's job, it's the community. Everybody has to come together.
I agree with you. I mean, it's just building a project is not easier itself. Even every field has its own specialty for each people, like its own requirements, like the marketing, the crowdfunding, the blockchain, even the Web 2 work. So it's hard. It's hard, but it's like you mentioned, it's a work that everyone is going to do here, both the community along with the core team. So that's great. You guys are going to make this pump. So, just like a last question, to be honest, maybe kind of personal one. I don't know if the three of you want to actually reply to it. So, if you had a superpower to make Plugmate successful, which one would it be and why?
Wow. I mean, if it is in my power, and then I'll be not very greedy and say, it's Plugmate all over, honestly. But if it was my superpower, I would have EV and green technology and everything else, sustainability, be literally implemented at this very moment, right? If that was in my hand, if I had all the abilities. And yeah, I would see Plugmate playing a big part in that overall, vision, the utopian world. But definitely, that's how my vision would be for the future.
Okay, so I don't know if Morris or Tag wanna share their
Look,
superpower.
a very interesting question. Look, it's quite a lot of things. But I think in terms of if you have magical powers, then I would say, ability to bring people together, and governments and private entities can't be the answer to every problem that a community has. The transition that we're going to go into the EV space is going to be a significant transition, and we need the community's help. So being able to make people aware of the potential fast tracking that they can do by contributing to this. Irrespective of whether the community contributes or not, we will get there in a later date. But if the community contributes and does it in a coordinated way, using Plugmate, we can, enable that, 5-6 years earlier. So that's the power that I think, if I have magic, I can make the community do that.
Look. I don't believe in magic.
Mother is a
So,
benevolent, tyrant.
but I think the superpower of it's not an individual superpower. It's a team's superpower. It's a unique combination of experience, vision, and passion. Crypto expertise. Like we all together, we got a 40-50 years of experience in marketing and visionary leadership, community building. So that's the superpower, not magic, but the real combination of experience and passion and vision, as I said.
I agree with the three of you. I mean, awesome superpowers, but yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, to have a community. That's it. That's a superpower as well. So thank you
And thank
so
you to
much.
you, Melanie, as well, for putting up this question. You stumped us. Nobody was prepared. Beautiful question, though. We had to think. It was a wonderful question. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, so I don't know if you guys actually have any closing remarks before we officially end the AMA. Or actually, I saw something on your group. I don't know if it's the official one. I think so. Is there any drop going on right now?
Is there any
Airdrop.
A drop.
event?
Yes.
Is there any event? Is that what you are asking?
Yeah, like any
Okay.
airdrop
Okay.
event.
Oh, airdrop. So we concluded one, and I think I think I would request people to follow our community, because there is one which we are planning in the next couple of weeks. So I would say please join the community and follow the both the announcement channel and the main group, and you will get all the sort of insights there. We concluded one super successful, I think, 2 weeks ago, and because we are hearing this request a number of times, so I think we are considering running another one. So that is something which we definitely encourage. What I would also say is that right now, as I mentioned, it's basically like a 4 months long process, and we were like imagining it's going to be a long run. But the way I think we got to almost 20% in about 10-12 days, I think we are super excited about it. So, but I would say this is right now the time when the tokens are obviously at the lowest. And so if all those people in the community who are interested, they should check this out and come to the platform. And as I mentioned, buying process is super easy. There are videos, of course, but you can literally within a minute you can buy tokens. So I think those probably would be my comments for the community.
For sure. Thank you so much. And yeah, anyways, just quick reminder for the third time for everyone here. You guys can go through the Crypto Panda announcement channel and you will be able to find out the TG group. If you have, again, any suggestions or any questions, just feel free to join. There's a lot of moderators inside of there, of course, a core team to reply to all of your questions. So thank you so much, guys. That's what I can say. For real, best of luck on the pre-sale, to be honest. And I hope that you get thousands of users in there now. It's a really
Thank you.
interesting tag. No problem.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank
And
you.
thank you,
Bye.
everybody who's listening. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and see you soon, guys. Have a great
Yeah.
day.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Dear Crypto Panda community, a heartfelt thank you to everyone who joined our AMA event on Binance Live today. PandaFace, your engaging questions and enthusiastic participation made it a truly remarkable session. Special gratitude to our incredible speakers and the Binance team for making this event possible. Your insights and expertise added immense value to the discussion. Stay tuned for more exciting events, updates, and community-driven initiatives. Together, we're building something extraordinary. Best regards, your Crypto Panda team.